extremely motivated professionally. Some more than others as far as what that extreme looks like. But as far as just that drive individually, I think on the outside of collective bias, they're personally motivated in ways that are, some people like to do this and they do it to an extreme, and some people like to do this and they do it to extreme. So we're hiring people that are already highly motivated.
We do a lot in our interview process, other than just the standard phone interviews and personal interviews. You guys have developed a cultural interview process where we're really getting to know these people before they become a full-time employee, to see that they have those types of skills that you can't read from a resume or from a standard interview. So,
but for me personally, how I stay motivated is seeing the team grow and then hit our goals, and then we're building this thing. So this year's numbers versus last year and the year before that, I mean, we're growing in an economy that has been pretty stale, and we're doing some things not a lot of people in the country are doing. And not only business model wise, but just in business in general, with the numbers that we've been producing.
Reinventing traditional marketing almost,
right,
to some degrees.
So to me, to build that's pretty cool. That's motivating factor for me. It's like, man, I get the chance to build this thing. So it's fun.
And the nice thing, as we get older and have successes and have money coming in the door, being able to buy the company an iPhone 5 or rewarding a salesperson with a new iPad, those are things that we're able to do on the spot and recognize them publicly that are huge. Somebody really conservative that would never spend $500 on an iPad, to give them one, it blows them away.
personally, I'm really motivated with everyone here. When I lay my head down on the pillow, there's a lot that I care about all of the employees that are here that have kind of taken the same risk and jumped into this pool and putting their faith into this idea that we had. It's a little bit of pressure, but it also motivates you to want to do well and want to keep the company around, because you want everyone to still be able to follow in this dream with you. So it's my motivation.
It's a good question. Those are tough questions.
Since our topic is helping others succeed, once you have earned a position of leadership throughout your career, or for examples yourselves, you're at the top. What keeps you motivated? Who helps you stay motivated? Or who drives your success once you get to the upper echelon of things?
Wow.
I'd say
There's a lot of factors.
it's a tough place to be. We're pretty lucky that we have the leadership team that we have, and this is not all of the leadership team that's here. But I think we've all done a good job of helping each other, but you'll learn quickly no matter where you work. The top is a tough place to stay. A lot of people want to, vying for that, and it's a lot of pressure, and it's hard, but if you have a leadership team that you have faith in each other, and I don't think you can win without it.
Let me say something. I heard Emmitt Smith from the Cowboys, and they joke because I quote people a lot. I quote things that have made a difference in my life. And Emmitt Smith made the comment, he said, do what you love and love what you do. And for 10 years I was on that quest of what is it that I love to do. And to your point, when you have earned a position, and that is a key word, to give somebody a position in leadership who's not earned it, or not gone through the fire and not paid their dues, and they don't understand, that could be a rocky slope to be on, and dangerous both ways, and they might work out great. But somebody that's paid their dues and earned the position, there's a self-motivation thing. If you're doing what you love to do, then it's not really, I don't need to motivate myself. I love what I do. Does that make sense? It's not, I need an external motivator because I'm doing what I love to do. But I'm at the point in my life where if I didn't love it, I would go find something else to do that I love to do, because I don't have that much time left on this planet. And to be doing something you don't want to do doesn't make any sense to me.
But think about it from the days that, if we're talking motivation here, there's days where it gets tough, it gets hard, you've made tons of sales calls, and we've got lots of things that we're trying to hit, and the pressure, you still need some motivation at those times. So there's something though, besides just you love it every day, that has gets you to keep going.
It's usually going out to dinner with you guys and sitting down and having a drink and a good meal and unwinding and talking about
Stepping away.
this, yeah, stepping away from it and looking at a bigger picture. For me,
Right.
that's amazing. You know, it's
Yeah, and for me, there's no one person. It's almost like a philosophy that I've had. It's very basic. It's the mind, body, and spirit. I'm not going to get all churchy on you guys, but I will say that, like, I love to get motivated by the activities that I do when I'm running and when I'm riding. And when I stay physical, it gets me, I get to think and I get to do those things when I'm out doing those triathlons and stuff. So,
I should try that.
to me,
All day.
to me, the mind thing is building this thing. It's always challenging my brain as far as like what's next and how can I learn from the experiences in the past and apply them in the future. And then the spirit thing, you know, I don't want to get all too deep into it, but I think I'm motivated by, you know, a higher power, and it's like, you know, just align those things and go home and hug on your kids or your family, and that keeps you pretty much motivated. For me, it keeps me motivated.
You've brought up pressure twice now. How do you think pressure acts as a motivator or doesn't act as a motivator? How does pressure affect motivation?
Good question.
That's a great question, and I think it can work both ways. You know, even this year, wasn't just a few months ago, we had a lot of pressure on us. It's different in our industry because you know, we do have an angel investor, and we're building this company from the ground up. People want to see what we can do. But that pressure did turn into some major motivation. I've had the best 3 months our company has ever had. And I think it got everybody to work a little bit closer together and pull together and refocus, which was good. I think pressure can be a deterrent, but so far it's really worked positively for us. I don't think the pressure's going away anytime soon, so.
No, it's only going to get more.
Personally, I work better under pressure, and I know a lot of people do. They'll put off writing a report, turntable to the last night, and sometimes you do a better job, sometimes you don't.
Me.
I think for me, you can mitigate pressure with accountability. If you have the right structure and accountabilities in place, then the pressure won't build. Pressure builds because of a bottleneck or because of something inhibiting a natural flow, right? That's how I think of pressure. So if I'm under pressure, something's not working like it should. And that's why I love to brainstorm with Matt to think, is there a better way that we could do this so that we don't have to be under this pressure next time? So I don't know if that doesn't really answer the question, but pressure will motivate you to get your butt out of gear.
Yeah, and I've got an example of that. And we had somebody who was stuck in a rut, and they needed some pressure, and so we applied some pressure, and now the result is, hey, we're back on track now. I just don't want to have to do it every 3 months. It's just making sure we stay on track and keep moving forward.
like
So there's pressure that you have to apply,
Yeah.
but then you have to know when to pull back and see if they react.
But to that point, it goes back to a lot of the people that we've hired.
Right.
Not everyone can take pressure. And there's a lot of people that don't want to work under any pressure. You know, they want a job that they can just check in and check out of, and they don't appreciate pressure. But our organization, I think we all, with our level of motivation, kind of thrive on some pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like pain as an indicator that something's wrong or you shouldn't be doing that. It's kind of pressure. That's how I kind of look at pressure. But go ahead. No.
What are characteristics of a good hire for this company?
Gotta have shoes.
A
Can't
dog.
be offended
dog.
by profanity. Yeah, you have to have a dog.
Can't be offended by profanity is a good one.
Definitely.
So and we're very, like, when you guys start looking at the other companies that are going through this exercise, it'd be interesting to see what they say, because we are in an environment that is very non-traditional.
Very. But I think when we're looking for people, you know, we're looking for a lot of kind of highly self-motivated people, you know, take a lot of initiative. Don't necessarily have to have all the skills that it takes to do the job that we're hiring for, but if they're teachable, you know, if they have enthusiasm and open to learn something new, trust is a big thing with the people that we hire. Anyone else have some other adjectives to throw in there?
Can't push a rope, you know, and it's a pain to drag a rope. So I'd rather have somebody always kind of be charging and you just kind of grab them and redirect them. Because if you can't, I can't internally teach you passion and drive. You either have it or you don't. If you have it, I can teach you computer skills, I can teach you sales, I can teach a lot of things, but without the passion and drive, it's like a wet noodle, you know? It's just not worth, it's not worth the push, so.
You know, most people that work in this building have to be able to work under a lot of pressure. Tight deadlines, we work really, really fast. There's not very many dull moments, right, Courtney? But it's a fun environment, so we work really hard, we play really hard, we play together as a family. I think there's a lot. I think take your camera and walk through this office and see who you see. Those are the people. We
Right.
need 100 more of them.
Right. I think, I don't want to take this the wrong way, but sometimes it's all, I also look for not necessarily a weirdness factor, but a little off.
We're all a little weird.
A little off.
Misfits.
Yeah, we're
Wait, don't
island of
one of our
misfits.
questions in
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
cultural interview? How weird are you?
Yeah, how weird are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how weird are you?
I eat garlic.
I'm a
and
7.
They give me a hard time about eating garlic.
And we also ask in our interview questions, if you were a superhero, what would you
If you
do?
could have a
Oh,
superpower.
If you could have a superpower, what superpower
Which
would
is
you
really
have?
revealing when people say, I want X-ray
It
vision.
tells you a
Like,
lot
really?
more about people.
Some of you
What
already.
superpower
Why?
do you want?
He's got the power to read minds.
Right. So it's I look for people that are really highly motivated and they can stand on their own and then but they're little like they love like something and they do it to an extreme or whatever. I mean there's so many different things that we can go into, but I don't know. Sometimes it's just a feel. It's just like okay, I
My
think we're ready.
favorite one in here that I didn't know about an employee was she's a leader in this company, very, very quiet and shy. She is almost a professional saxophone player, and her former job was she was a clown. Who knew? So cool though. I love knowing that about her.
That is a little off.
It's off.
Yeah.
It's a little weird, right?
Right.
Love it.
Right.
And you mentioned even outside